Hello, Toledo Ben, and the rest of the world, or whoever may be out there, especially the ones who care about the world being a good place to be. A lot going on these days, and of course we'll never know the whole truth, because you're going to hear all sorts of different versions and conspiracy theories and all kind of stuff like that. Now, somebody being guilty of doing something, that's one thing, but conspiracy is another. But every time you go to your Facebook page, you see the little deal there. It says, "What's on your mind?" There's only one thing on my mind, and it's the unanswered question. In a sense, it's unanswered, but I guess you could answer it with one word, and the answer would be nothing. And the question is, what can we do to eliminate the chaos and mayhem and the bad drama, or drama? I guess any drama is not good, really. Some people like it because they keep getting out and stirring it up. But I guess the answer is nothing. You can't do nothing, because you're always going to have people who have nothing better to do than to twist the stories, hide the truth. Of course, I have a saying, and somebody may have already said it, but I say it today. The boring truth, okay? Because the truth may be boring, so let's change it. Let's lie. Let's leave out the parts that would make it look like, well, okay, that wasn't so bad, wasn't right, and it shouldn't have happened, but it wasn't intentional. Such as the guy, the officer causing the death of that man. Very wrong. That officer's got to pay. He definitely has to pay. But not everyone else in the world has to pay for his wrongdoing. And from what I understand, the man was breaking the law. And, the deal is, no matter where it is, if an officer is responsible for the death of a person, then that has to be, he gets suspended, it gets investigated, it goes through the exact same channels as everything else, same procedures. Then if he gets indicted, he goes to court. If he's found guilty, he pays what punishment is given to him. If it's time in prison, or whatever it would be, the courts will decide. This is why we have voting and elections for judges and sheriffs and chiefs of police and all this stuff is so that this is a guy we trust him to get out there and try to make our community a better place to live. Of course, without any police, that is ridiculous. The most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. You got to have get some better guidelines. Try to choose who is hired or who's put in those positions as police officers better, so that we don't get a psycho nutcase that wants to, abuse that privilege of being a police officer and causing problems for the rest of the world and all the rest of the police department. Okay, it is a policeman's brutality, not police brutality, because it was one cop did wrong, and this doesn't happen every day. Now, if they're criminals being apprehended and they resist, then this can happen. Okay, because it's their job to apprehend the criminal. Not just go, oh, don't put handcuffs on me. It might hurt his wrists or whatever. No, they're going to get handcuffed. They may even get banged around a little bit if they're trying to fight the police officer, and if they attack the police officer and hurt one, then they're going to come down on this person, and if they tase him and he accidentally dies because he got tased, but he was being a hardened criminal, he was being really, he called for it to happen, then it's that person's own fault what happens after that. I've been pulled over a few times. I've been arrested, I've been incarcerated, but I've always complied, and I've never been touched or harmed by a police officer, and I have met and seen and dealt with many of them. I'm not proud of that, none whatsoever. But it's just, I like to drink. Back in the day, it's been 12 years since I've had anything at all, so I'm alcohol and drug free today. Praise the Lord. But I was always honest, tell the truth, and take my punishment, whatever it may be. And I never did anything really bad. Okay, I never stole, robbed, killed, or raped, or nothing of that nature. None of that stuff. And I've never tried to resist arrest. You just don't do that. You don't provoke things to happen, because if you provoke it could happen. And but there's that kind of person out there in the world that waits for this sort of thing, in hopes to make a name for themselves. That I was the one that started the movement back in 19 something or 2000 and something, that did this and formed this, and we were able to do that, and and all this, and maybe try to get some sort of credit for doing something, or whatever, and make a name for themselves by stirring up chaos and mayhem for the whole world to be punished with whatever. It's terrible that it's going on. It's not. It's bad. It's wrong. And there's people doing wrong things, but there's ways of dealing with them with the proper authorities, taking care of such cases as police brutality and that sort of thing. There's internal affairs. There's all sorts of organizations that's going to step in and go, wow, this guy's got to be punished, and they do. And so we need to leave, certain jobs to those who are there to do those jobs. Anyway, it's just hard. And well, the one main thing is, today in this world, we're trying to figure out which lives matter and which lives don't. I don't get this one. I don't get this one at all. I don't know. You go to the doctor, he's got a Hippocratic oath. It doesn't matter if you're Chinese, Japanese, German, American, or what. He's going to do what he knows or he's able to do. And there's some doctors that make mistakes, of course, and there's good doctors, there's decent doctors, and there's really good doctors, and there's super surgeons, there's okay surgeons, and and stuff like that. So not everyone is perfect, and but look what we've done. Look, the riots and the you call them riots. A protest is one thing, and a petition. Sign a petition. Stay off the streets when you're not supposed to be. Like, if there's a curfew, there's a curfew. And if we don't obey that curfew, then we're lawbreakers. We're criminals. And a criminal is treated like a criminal. Should be. Okay? It is what it is. Everything is cut and dry, pretty much. If you just know how to look at something. That's the deal. And not try to make something out of it that it's not. That's one of the key things also. this world would be a much better place if we could know the whole truth. But we never will. It's not. I mean, somebody does. Somebody knows. Somebody saw what went on. They really saw. They saw whether or not this guy resisted arrest, whether or not he even had a reason to be approached by the police in the first place. Where's all of this information? All you get is an officer was walking down the street, saw a man, snatched him up, throwed his knee on his neck, and he died. For no reason. This is what we're led to believe. For no reason. Somebody put the truth out there. Let's see exactly why this started in the first place. And then we will punish this police officer even if it's the death penalty. And if he should get it, give it to him. Put him to death. End this thing. Don't use it for fuel for some weird movement. To heck with movements. You want a movement? Go do something nice for someone. Help an old lady across the street. Donate some money to the children that have cancer, to try to help those little children. You want to do something good, do something good. There's a lot of good things to do out there besides stir up shit. Stir up trouble. There should be an organization, and only one, and that's the Organization for the People. And that's people. All people. Every people. Doesn't matter where they're from or what they look like. Everyone has a heart inside their chest that pumps the blood through their body. Everyone matters. Whether it's, you want to put life in that sentence, all lives matter, whatever, that's not the point. Everyone matters. That you could help someone have a meal to eat, a place to sleep, a roof over their head, and company, that they may just have some company, someone to sit and talk to, so that they feel like someone cares about them, because that person does care about them. Anyway, this world could be a better place for me and for you. Okay? It really could. We just have to work at it and address the problems where they begin and end those problems. People just have to learn how to be, But I'm sure there's no hope for the world, because there's too many idiots. And of course, I was called an idiot not too long ago, but anyway, sometimes I'm stupid, and like, oh man, I didn't know that or something. But anyway, it's no fun if it's just kicked back and looking up at the clouds and the beautiful trees, feeling that breeze in the shade and enjoying the sunshine. Oh, that's so boring. Let's get a whole bunch of people and run up down the street and blow shit up. That's so much more fun. Only if you have a criminalistic mind. That may be something that kind of person enjoys to do. Riots and protests and vandalism, looting, and getting rid of the police so everybody can do what they want to and everybody can be at the mercy of the evil. Ha ha ha. That's funny. That is really funny. But anyway, I'm trying to keep this as but anyway, we can make a difference, by being the person we should be, not by stirring up shit and having movements and protests and riots and rallies and all that crap. That's not how you change the world. That's how, well, yeah, you do. You change it for the worse. It becomes totally bad. Because what you do is you piss off other people, and those people piss off the people again, and it becomes a one big battle, one big war. You know, we create a war because you got two countries. Let's just say you got two countries that border together. You got one person out of that country who sneaks over there and kills one of those guys, and then all those guys come over and try to kill all those guys, and everybody's dying now. And this is what's basically, that's one way to put what's going on, okay? Rather than say, hey, we saw that guy go over that fence or wall or border, or went across the border. That's right, and he killed our cousin so-and-so. Oh, okay, well, let's put him up in the gallows. Let's hang his ass. Everybody agree on it. Both sides of the border agrees on it, and they hang him. And then guess what? There was another guy, he's thinking about doing it too, but he's like, oh, hell no. I ain't going over there. Okay, so you have order. And it didn't take but just nothing to get it done. Not a bunch of bullshit, just a simple taking care of business. Anyway. I guess I am maybe crazy. But anyway, the best luck to everyone. And until next time, God bless. Over and out.